Can we kindly just understand, can the coach just break down the key moments in this game?
Est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer les moments clés de ce match?
Les débuts de la première mi-temps et début de deuxième mi-temps, où on a imposé notre tempo. Et malheureusement, en première mi-temps, les 15 dernières minutes, on a moins maîtrisé le tempo. Mais sinon, pendant 75 minutes, on a maîtrisé le tempo.
He said during 75 minutes we control the game, the first part of the first half, the first part of the second half also, but the last 15 minutes of the first half we didn't control the game and we conceded one goal.
One of the major difference when you look at Kaizer Chiefs and the game that they just played is how they're moving the ball, the efficiency, the speed. Can you tell me about how he was able to drill that into the players and we saw it just playing out today?
Ce qui a été plaisant, c'est de voir comment Kaizer Chiefs contrôlait le ballon avec efficience, avec de la vitesse. Est-ce que tu peux expliquer ce que tu attends de ton équipe par rapport à la possession?
Ce qu'ils ont montré aujourd'hui, c'est ce que j'attends d'eux. Mieux encore parce que je pense qu'on est capable de mieux faire, et surtout de contrôler le tempo du match. Et ça, le plus important, de maîtriser ces moments qui vont nous permettre de ne pas nous mettre en danger.
What they show today, it's what he expects for every game. But sometimes we need to manage the tempo, slow and fast. It depends on the tempo of the game. But we will learn step by step and we will increase.
How much does it help him to know that even when the team does suffer a setback like taking out Da Silva, and then you still have the quality from the bench with the Wandi Letuba that can come in and be just as efficient?
Est-ce que tu peux dire que tu es content que malheureusement Da Silva est sorti à la mi-temps, mais les joueurs qui sont rentrés ont fait un bon match?
Oui, on a eu 2 blessés à la mi-temps, on a eu Da Silva et Ndlovu, mais aujourd'hui je me repose sur un groupe, pas seulement sur un 11 de départ. Et aujourd'hui, ceux qui sont rentrés, ils ont montré qu'ils ont apporté, que le niveau de l'équipe n'a pas baissé.
He says that it's very important because for the moment it's just not a starting 11, it's a squad. Okay, all the players are important, and the players who go in today, they were very important, and they permit us to keep the level very high.
Coach Abram Mongoya joins me. Coach, you wanted the team to be brave, and you could see it when you pulled that one back to make sure that the team equalized. But I want to understand how you analyze the game.
Yeah, I think it was a decent start for the boys. Firstly, congratulations to Chiefs. Good result for them. They just decided moments. They know how to be decisive in the final third. I think we just paid school fees today, Lerato. Yeah, we just paid school fees. So from the boys, I'm proud of the performance they displayed in certain moments. I told them, I said, when you keep the ball, when you pin them back, but we've got to be effective as well. When you get into the final third, we've got to play that dangerous pass, which is where they were a little bit more composed and manage the ball inside the box when they pressed us very high.
I'm glad that you talk about composure, because when you got that goal from Ndlovu, you could see the composure. But coach, how is it that the team in the second half struggled so much to get out of that press when you did have the ball in some moments, but just unable to find each other?
Yeah, to be honest, Chiefs was tactically flexible. One, they build up with 4, and then they realize our pressing schemes, and then they start building up with 3 when Miguel becomes the third centre back, with Frostler moving from left back to become the third centre back. And then they give us slightly a little bit of problem, and then we solve the tactical point because I think the young Apiwe did not read the situation because he kept on going the way. Like I've said, we're paying school fees because once they get to the level where they can read the game and they can see what the opponents, how the opponents manipulate the game, and then we'll look better. He runs behind to try and receive the ball. They manage that space. Sometimes we do make a double movement to look to receive in front, but make a double movement, run forward to come and receive into space, into the pocket. And then we'll look better. However, I think in front of this crowd, at some point I was worried about the young ones, that they would choke in front of the crowd, but they displayed a very good performance. Slightly unfortunate that we didn't have enough number of friendlies in the preseason. And it shows just as the game goes, because as you bring in the subs, they struggle to adapt to the team because you can see the players that we kept from last season. They're slightly ahead of the ones that are tactically, they slightly understand what we're trying to do, but we'll keep working on them. I think it's a process and we're getting there.